Oh, Hex, my eyes hurt, and my back hurts, and my neck hurts, and my wrist hurts, and I haven't slept for days. What's wrong with me?
It's a new Xcom game, Bajo.
That's it. Shall we kick some alien butt?
Good game, team!
Team Good Game, the world needs you. The alien menace is greater than ever. Humanity is on the brink of extinction. You are the best of the best. The world's last hope. Report in.
Bajo, Good Game reporting for duty. Ready to roll out.
Goose here. Locked and loaded.
I am reporting for the duty time. By hangers.
Nick Boy here. Let's do this.
Hex, be good game. I'm a sniper.
In 2012, developer Firaxis Games brought us the excellent and all-consuming turn-based strategy game Xcom Enemy Unknown. It was a reboot of sorts for the long-running series where you defended against alien invaders one turn at a time.
XCOM 2 is set 20 years later, and whether you won the last game or not, now you're on the run.
Prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Could never break the bond between humanity and the Elders.
Yes, Earth surrendered, and now all the aliens are setting up shop. Alien-human hybrids known as Advent form an oppressive security force which keep humans in check.
That today celebrates.
Step out of line and you're done for.
It's your job as commander to rebuild the XCOM organization and mount a resistance before it's too late. This is a game about starting from scratch against the odds, building up your mobile base and technology,
It's perfect.
and eventually going on the final assault with a well-geared group of soldiers who have all been through the trenches and earned their stripes.
I like this setup, Bajo, dropping into zones to rescue humans,
You're good to go. Move.
taking out alien factories or alien technology.
Catch. Destroy that relay at all costs.
You're on the attack now, and that has more drive to it.
Hit it there now.
They've worked hard to give the story more kick this time too, so it's more exciting.
Yeah, there's more cutscenes and chatter, which is great at first, but that story does start to drag after a while. Not even Optimus Prime can save it.
Advent has been diverting considerable resources and personnel to covert facilities across the globe.
In between ground attacks, you'll be in the war room, which is a whole huge strategy game in itself. Here, you make decisions on where to spend your time, reaching out to the resistance forces or setting up ways to earn cash and more.
Avenger plotting new course.
But whenever you feel like you're just getting things under control, something will happen and you'll have to scramble to fight with whatever units are available.
Sky Ranger deployed.
The aliens are hitting a resistance outpost with everything they've got. We're seeing heavy civilian casualties, Commander.
Help! No! Damn it! No!
You can never catch a break, and the whole time you're just watching that alien progress bar and trying to get your resistance together before it fills up. Ah.
Commander, that UFO contact has us locked in.
It's wonderfully stressful. I found that whole geoscape a bit confusing at first though. But much like the rest of this game, you just have to get in there and play, and you'll eventually pick up on what's going on.
I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
But even when you do understand everything, you'll still stuff up and make mistakes, and then you'll scream at the screen.
Yeah, they're kind of good screams though, aren't they?
Oh, totally.
The missions on the ground are the real bread and butter though.
Getting it done.
They often have some kind of secondary objective or turn counter ticking away in the corner to pile on the stress. It's a little like a time limit, but not annoying in that way.
Menace 1-5, hostile interceptors are on high-speed approach. Your window for extraction is closing.
Yeah, it encourages you to take risks and push, and it really keeps the momentum of these fights going. And I think that's much better this time around too.
We've got access. Menace 1-5, acknowledged.
The missions are dynamic as well, especially when that red smoke drops and suddenly there are alien reinforcements on the way.
I've got eyes on Advent.
Oh, it's always at the worst possible time as well, and you have to mad scramble and cover all your flanks before they land.
Eyes on Advent troops.
One new feature is concealment, where you start a mission in full stealth, and this is really helpful in setting up some powerful ambushes. I was hoping they'd feature it a little bit more, because it's an interesting way to start a map with a small advantage.
This is for you.
confirmed.
The maps are procedurally generated now instead of being handmade, but the objects within those maps don't feel random. Everything seems more focused on being strategic and more aesthetically pleasing than the last game. There is a lot of destruction as well. It can be used to totally take out targets in some situations. It also spreads fire that can displace you or the enemy.
Look at these bad! At least we know where they are!
There are some new soldier classes as well, and as you level up your soldiers, you get to pick from different abilities, and they're all really interesting. The Ranger has a sword which can be upgraded to stun enemies as well, and I found this really valuable for heading into the thick of a fight and taking out one enemy before they get a turn. Not necessarily the toughest enemy on the battlefield, but the most disruptive.
Yeah, it's very much about controlling the battlefield at all times, isn't it?
Yeah.
Infiltrating their system.
I love the Specialist class, which has a gremlin drone that can hack objectives remotely, and is also very good for disabling mechanoids and trooper shields.
Those gremlins have such range, and they can be used to heal your units or protect them at times, but what I used them the most for was just finishing off that one enemy on low health.
Yeah, and that happens all the time, doesn't it, where you don't hit quite as hard as you thought you would. It's also great that there are multiple hacking options, but if you fail, it can buff the enemy, which is the worst.
Yeah, this game is full of tough decisions like that.
Personally, I never go into battle without a good sniper. They're now called Sharpshooters and are much more versatile this time around thanks to some deadly pistol perks. Plus, there are weapon mods now too, which add another layer of delicious customization.
This Xcom is only on PC this time around, which is a shame for console owners, and developer Firaxis have said it's for development and technical reasons. It does look great on PC though. The action camera is really exciting and always great to watch, but there are still a few rough edges. I didn't find the presentation overall very smooth. Some of the camera angles and visuals also make maneuvering inside buildings tricky, and animations are still a little glitchy at times. Pretty much everything you do in this game is based on a dice roll with a percentage chance to hit, so every now and then you do see bullets going at right angles.
Yeah, it always looks strange when you're in a square right next to an enemy and they miss. He was right there. It can be hard to believe those high percentage failures sometimes.
Yeah, but it's still incredibly compelling turn-based strategy. The controls are easy to master, the two-phase move and attack system makes sense straight away. And the more you research and rank up your soldiers, the more interesting everything gets. And you're always improving, always learning.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so consistently fun as well. When you take a diverse group of ranked soldiers out into the field and suddenly start making all these strategic connections in the heat of battle.
Yeah, that difficulty curve is perfect, and I think that's a big step up from the last game, which I found got way too easy pretty quickly. With Xcom 2, as you get more skills and strategies, the game constantly throws new problems for you to solve.
We'll need to look for vulnerabilities if we're going to take that thing out.
Consequently, each mission feels different.
You have to make tough decisions on who to let go too. No matter how good you are at placing your units behind cover or setting up Overwatch to keep enemies from overwhelming you, you'll always get busted and flanked and units will die. It's just devastating when things go wrong and you lose your best soldiers.
It's so hard to fight that urge to just reload a save file when somebody dies. I wish I'd started this game with Ironman Mode enabled, but I was just too scared. I can't be trusted without it.
Well, that is the way to go for the true XCOM experience. No do-overs in Ironman Mode means every move is more considered, and there's a real emotional pang when a veteran soldier dies.
People down here!
My kids,
Oh, my goose was so bad, Hex. He just kept dying.
That didn't feel good.
Utter trash. In fact, the more he died in-game, the more I started to resent him in real life. Hey, Bajo, get your shit together, Goose! Why?
I think the best thing you can do for your playthrough is make all of your characters look like people you know.
Oh, absolutely. It's just like the Sims games, right? Watching your friends fight and die digitally is just so much fun. There's even some true blue Ocker Aussie accents in there.
solid copy. Copy that.
Target neutralized. Looks like something over here.
We did have a quick look at multiplayer, but it was a bit of a laggy, buggy mess, and maybe it was just bad luck, Hex, but it certainly didn't encourage us to go back to it and give it another go.
Is one of you guys dead? Did you just fall over dead? Is that lag? What happened?
Final thoughts?
Well, personally, I would have liked a few more options to maybe speed up the action and unlock the camera a little bit. But this is a more complex and deeper game than Enemy Unknown, and it will lead to obsession. You'll shout with joyous victory 1 minute and then be crying into your hands the next. It's 4 stars from me.
I was expecting a bit more polish. There are those rough edges that we've talked about, but also I don't care because this is so compelling. It's all I can think about. Every single move you make in this game is a calculated gamble, and when it pays off, you feel so good. I'm giving it 4.5 stars.
Adjusting aim.